boys are back in town, Al.
Damn. You gotta say town, though.
Yeah.
You gonna got the natural
Oh man,
accent like I do.
I don't know anybody that's ever had it as hard as you do.
I know, dude. Like, I'd go out to Ohio to see Mark, and then they knew Mark kind of had it, and then I'd start talking, and they were like, holy fuck, dude.
Wait, what'd you just say?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Some of the Pittsburghese, I catch myself saying it sometimes, and I'm like, man, I wonder if the kid's gonna pick up on it, and then people are gonna look at him like he's weird.
But speaking of that, my fucking so I get asked all the time, especially when I was at the bars down here, like, where the fuck are you from? And I'd always say Pittsburgh, but my homeboy Brody said, next time they ask you that, say Letts, which is like what Norrietown is to Salzburg, is what Letts is to Muscatine.
Oh,
so
boy.
It finally happened right before I went fishing last week. And the lady was like, where are you from? And I was like, Letts. And she was like, what? Where's your mom and dad from? And I was like, no, I'm from Pittsburgh. Like, but it finally worked, dude. She couldn't believe it.
Was it? I mean, is it a joke? Is there something in there, or is it just like the smallest little? And did she not believe you?
She did not believe me because she was like, "There's no way you could sound like that and be from Letts, dude." Like,
you're not from that close and sound that fucking far away.
No. It's dude. I was weird. It's just like after you get out of my town, it's just a bunch of Norrietowns and Salinas until you get to another town like the size of Muscatine.
Man, the life, huh?
Yeah,
that's the country life for you.
It is, dude. We're opening up everything tomorrow for the most part. I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah. Just to see the shit show that ensues with it.
Yeah, at least and I saw it today, but at least you don't have to go out and get your coffee anymore. You got that.
Oh my
nice
God, the motherfucking
Keurig making machine, huh?
Not to mention, I forgot Mark works for Keurig. He was like, dude, I could have got you that half off. And I was like, yep. And I realized it yesterday when I got in the car after the shit show at Walmart, set off the shoplifter alarm. I was fed up with it. And I was spelling it. I couldn't remember how to spell it. I don't know if it was one of those U after E or E after U words. And as soon as I started typing it out, I was like, Mark works for Keurig. What am I doing? But the plus side is he said he can get me, I think, half off coffee. K-cups.
There you go. Fuck, dude.
So
I'll tell you what. If Mark gets half off K-cups, I'm gonna start looking for a new.
We'll keep it on the down low.
Well, yeah. Don't say it. Well, I guess we should have talked about this beforehand.
That's true. But maybe we can get like some. If you mention some kind of cute, get a sponsorship from them.
That's right. We'll start fucking getting deals. I don't have. We used to roll one. Problem is, I drink too much coffee. Like one of those cups doesn't do it for me.
I got a 48 pack yesterday, and I know I drank 7 fucking cups yesterday, and I'm on my 4th one today. And so I run like 3 miles every morning. Real deal shit. And so I can't go until I'm telling you, dude, down to 230, looking trim slim, boy.
Oh, dude, you're looking real good.
But I can't go until I shit because I've shit my pants on that trail before. And all the public bathrooms are closed. And so today, dude, I dropped a fucking steamer before I left. And I went to flush the toilet and the chain broke. I was like, oh, man. So I reached my hand in there, pulled the chain, sucked the shit down, but then the water wouldn't stop fucking coming up through the bowl. And it got to almost the threshold. I shut the water off. I got to go back down there later. I went down again to make sure no water come out. The water had went down. But I'm going to have to get on YouTube to see what's wrong with that thing. But, yeah, when I pulled the handle, the chain snapped off the handle. I mean, that was probably about 2 pounds worth of feces in there. Not to be gross, but I'm a big guy.
Big guys put out big dumps, man.
I'm on that steak and egg diet, dude, and I can't shit because I'm not eating any fiber. And so, like, I go down there, dude. 2 crosswords, probably could have done a whole Sudoku book. And fucking, man. And then it was just devastating because I got up, looked, and I was like, damn, that's a lot. And then went to flush, just no go, dude. It sucked.
Now, here's the question. When you pulled the chain up after the water filled and it was filling back up, did you ever push it back down?
I don't know. I just lifted the chain to make sure the water would go out because this house has had numerous sewage issues. So as soon as that happened, I was like, oh, boy.
Yeah,
And
I fucked with them before occasionally, but like there's something about like the bulb and the chain and everything, the way it functions back there that shuts it off. I don't.
I have no idea. I just knew that if I lifted the chain, the water would flush. So I'll take it. I mean, I'll piss
At
in the
least
shower.
you got it down, man.
Yeah, no, because if it would have, for some reason I thought if I lifted that chain, like was lifting the chain with my eyes set where the shut off switch was at, in case it came the wrong way. Next
Shit
thing you
got
know,
wild,
yeah, it's like payback for Upper Deck and my mom and dad shitter all the time. But that's so terrible. I used to Upper Deck our shitter at our house, so my dad would flush the toilet and be like, "What the fuck?" I would do it until I was like 16. There's no need to do that. And it's not even that funny. I mean, it's funny to hear my dad yell, like, "What the fuck?" Like seeing the turds come back into the toilet. But
was it the same bathroom you would use?
no, I used the Batcave bathroom. I would go upstairs after I showered and just before I went in, I can't believe it, dude. I'm so embarrassed. But like, I would upper deck the shitter, take a shower, and then just wait for someone to use the bathroom.
Go back to the Batcave and be like, yeah, wait till you fuckers find that one.
Because one time, I probably did it like 5 or 6 times, and my dad came down. It was like, it's getting old, and I'd stopped after that. He's pissed.
I can't believe Bob didn't make it stop after once.
Well, he didn't know what was going on the first couple times. That's why it was funny as fuck.
Thought the toilet was broke.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
flushing it, and it's just putting the shit back in here.
Yeah, he's thinking it's his own shit. Yeah. Don't. Yeah, I mean, I told him what I was doing after he had figured out, like, okay, there's got to be shit somewhere. And I'm sure at one point he took the lid off and looked and just saw a couple Lincoln logs up top. I can't believe I used to do that kind of shit, dude. Oh my god,
skitters down the whole inside of the fucking tank.
So bad, so dumb. But what I mean,
that sounds like an Al move.
It was. I mean, it's not the fact of doing it that gets me enjoyment. It's the reactions from people that I can. Oh my god, just complete. Oh, it's hilarious. Just like I talked to my dad on the phone the other day, and we'll get into the DUI shit. But we're talking on the phone. And he's hard of hearing, but he's getting to the age where he just loves telling stories. And his dad did the same shit, and I'm sure because I've already got it in me. Telling the same stories, but this wasn't the same stories. Anyway, we're talking about the 1960 World Series for like 27 minutes. And he's trying to figure out, there was a second baseman from the Yankees that took a ground ball to the larynx and it shattered whatever that is, and he had to come out of the game. And my dad's trying to think of that name, the name of the guy, without me looking it up. And when I'm sitting there like, Jesus Christ, Dad, like finally we get the name. So he's like, so your mom said you've been working a lot.
Without looking it up.
No, I looked it up, dude. I couldn't take it anymore. I was going to shoot myself in the fucking head. But I was like, Dad, it's 2020, dude. We can just look like we don't have to go to the barbershop and ask someone.
Yeah, but there's something.
Pride. It's a pride thing.
It is, and there's a sense of victory when you finally pull it from like the fucking back of your brain. You're like, dude, that was so easy. I can't believe I didn't remember it, but thank God,
Oh, Tick, I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but I mean that 10 minutes turned to 15, and I was like, all right, Dad, like. I don't got 3 minutes anymore. We got to go. So then he's like, yeah, but talk to your mom. Said you've been working all the time, which I have been, dude. I've been working like crazy. Finally, this shit kind of slowed down, so I've had some time off. But I was like, yeah, I'm taking all my overtime money to pay off my PMI, which is what you get with a mortgage that you got to pay off first before you really can start paying off your house.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, I've been paid off my PMI. My dad goes, your DUI? I said, no, my PMI, Dad. And he's like, oh, all right. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
What do you think you racked up another one?
I don't fucking know. He's probably just always in the back of his mind.
Here's any yeah. That would have been that would have been a reasonable response at particular times.
Man. Yeah, not good. And just like I seen. Dude, I'm glad I'm not in Pennsylvania right now. I mean, I know the lockout's getting old, quarantine and that, but that Tom Wolf, dude, I see people going for that man's neck on the Facebook.
That guy's fucking, well, I mean, you're also in Pennsylvania, so you got fucking, the country folk who.
Oh, yeah, dude. Jay sent me a picture from some bar in Somerset that had just had it and said it's time we start the whiskey rebellion. Stand up to Tom Wolf was his sign out in town. I was like, oh my God, I'm glad I don't live there.
Man, if this shit keeps going this way, that's bound to happen somewhere at least.
Someone's gonna snap. Like,
I'm ready to, man. Fuck this. I'm tired. I mean, you've been working, which is
dude, work
a blessing in disguise, depending on who you are. Some people don't want to fucking work. Some people don't want to.
Some people are making more money not working right now, and they're gonna be awfully pissed when they got to go back to work tomorrow.
Right?
But it's just, I don't know. Yeah, we open up. I have no plans to go out and eat anything. I've been cooking. I'm on a pretty strict diet anyways, but.
Are you opening full? Like, are you everything coming back?
No. There's, like, I read at the restaurants, you can eat in. There's a social distancing enforced. You can't go to the bar to get a beer, but they can bring one to you. I stopped reading it after a little bit. I was like, okay, none of this shit even interests me, and it's just going to be retarded.
Small businesses opening?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. I'm almost certain, but like I said, dude, I mean, as long as the grocery store's open, I really have nowhere else. The grocery store and a gas station, pretty much. Right. I got everything else.
I mean, luckily, I'm a fucking introvert at its finest, so.
Right, I turned one bad.
I mean, I know our coronavirus quarantine calendar is up to, it's got to be at least 60 days now. And it's been relaxed a little bit recently because to be honest with you, I mean, 60 days of having a fucking 1-year-old in the house, you're about to lose a few marbles. And it's tough because, you know, the wife works from home too. So, I mean, we're kind of both here 24/7. And I mean, look, he's a great kid, but he's still a 1-year-old. And man, like to the ability to drop him off somewhere or even go over somebody's place and just like hang out for a little bit and have the relief of like not having to keep your eye on him the whole fucking time. Like it's nice to have. And we finally got to that point where it's like, okay, like we're cautious. We're not, but I'm not saying it's out anymore. Like we'll go, I'm not going to take him to fucking Walmart. I'm going to take him out there with 100 people. And, but I mean, we're going to go visit family. We're going to, you know, his birthday's coming up. His birthday's Sunday.
Couple of days, yeah.
Yeah, 1-year-old coming up.
Jesus Christ.
So, I mean, we got very small plans for a lot of things, but I'm tired of like just being stuck here by myself. It's getting old. Yeah,
I mean, I've been lucky, like I said, working, and disc golf never shut down. And even if we were, like, it hasn't affected me I haven't been able to do something that I wanted to do or go somewhere I wanted to go. Other than was supposed to go to Cali at the end of the month to see Fagan, to go to the Pirate game. But even if there was baseball, we still got a fucking rule at work that if you leave Illinois, because I live right on the border, that you got to be quarantined for 14 days.
Yeah. So you're missing out as soon as you get back on an extra 2 weeks. So
yeah, I can't go to work. I mean, I'm going to text them tomorrow to see if they're going to do anything about it because Fagan actually hit me up today about it, like if I still wanted to come out, and I was like, absolutely, Duke. I got round trip tickets for $80. But
yeah,
at the same point, it's like, man.
Yeah, it's a strange time, but I don't like to get into it too much because it is what it is, but it's very clear like that there's political agendas on fucking both sides of this whole fucking thing because it's so spread apart and you see extremes on both sides where some people are like, dude, it's nothing worse than a standard flu, like let's get back out there, let's go. And then you're seeing these people who are like, everybody's gonna fucking die. So somebody's lying here. Somebody's not telling the truth, and there's very good possibilities both of them, and they're both fucking exaggerating. But I don't have time for that shit, dude. No, like I like facts, I like the truth. Give it to me.
Good luck.
Right. Good and luck. And especially nowadays with fucking social media. What a miserable, and I guess my scrolling has went up a little bit because what the fuck else do you do?
Yeah.
But man, it's miserable to do it because you see one thing again, or we can't leave the fucking house this year, whatever. And then like the next article is like, fuck it, take your mask off, get going. And I mean, sure, everybody's got their opinions, but I want to hear like facts. I want to hear people who like know what they're talking about, not just everybody's fucking opinion.
Well, you ain't gonna find it on Facebook because everyone's opinion's not wrong on Facebook. That's the thing.
Oh,
if I want to talk if I want to talk politics or stuff like that, I'm doing it on the phone or face to face. That's why you'll never ever see me post shit about. I mean, maybe once or twice, but it's not meant to stir a conversation. It's meant to put information out there because you don't get a person's real reaction or real words from a Facebook message. They can type it out and then delete it. So too many people. It's just I enjoy it because a lot of people are so full of themselves on there that it's great banner and great
people
humor.
think they're fucking kings on Facebook, and they're like, you can just tell by the post they're fucking losers. And it's like, I don't give a shit if you got 500 likes on that. How many of those friends are your actual friends and would actually know you? Probably fucking 15. Like,
it's a cesspool, dude. It's a fucking cesspool.
And that's it. It gets me heated. I hate it. Like when I talk to somebody face to face, like I'm not talking this shit to get into an argument. Like I like hearing other sides. I like hearing other viewpoints. I like hearing why you think the way you think. Give me reason behind why you think it's this way or why you think it's that way, and I'll be glad to listen. And I keep an open mind to it all. You could very easily persuade me potentially somewhere else. It's got to be some pretty hard fact or like some pretty good shit if I've got my own views on it. But like I'm open to listening to other people, and I don't blame some people for the way they think. But these motherfuckers on Facebook, like you said, you can't get a real reaction from them because they'll sit behind that fucking keyboard for 20 minutes, deleting, retyping, and doing everything they can to smarten themselves up because they're fucking Neanderthals. Like, let's be honest, they're idiots.
And Facebook gives people a platform that don't deserve a platform.
Way too many people.
Yeah, that's what it all boils down to, dude. And it's just, I use it. It's fun. Facebook, I post too much shit on there, but people take themselves way, 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 way too serious.
Oh, like they get super butthurt on there, and their opinion is fact, and everybody fucking else is wrong. And it's like, if you want to talk, we'll talk. But like, you got to have an open mind if you're going to throw fucking shit the way some of them do out there. It's like, you got to be willing to back it up. And if you want to have that conversation, it's a two-way street. Like, you've got to listen to the other side, and you've got like, there's arguments to be had from both sides. You got to listen, but nobody wants to. Everybody's right. I can't stand people that just don't have consideration for others and their opinions, even if you don't fundamentally agree with them, think they're completely batshit fucking crazy. That's one of the things about this country is you're allowed to fucking think what you want to think, and they get so fucking like stubborn in the ways I can't fucking stand. I wish every one of them would just we don't need you. I don't want you in my world. Like if you have no consideration for anybody else and you're just so stubborn and you're right all the time and it's your way or the fuck, get out. Like I don't want you. I don't want you as a part of my group. Like, you know what I mean?
At least 50% of it. But I mean, I don't know. There's nothing you can do about those kind of people. It's been going on forever. Now they just have a platform to express their views and thoughts. And it's like, man, been better off. Might want to sit this one out, man.
Right. And it's just getting crazier because everybody's fucking stuck inside with nothing else to do.
Yeah, exactly.
They all get into it. And I've seen quite a few comical fucking interchanges on there where like people get into like 60 comments and I'm like looking and I'm reading through it and I'm like, you're both dumb.
Oh, dude, but that's just start getting personal on there. It's great.
Yeah. It's got its entered like fucking Jerry Springer for 2020.
Oh, it is because people are that dumb to put shit on there they shouldn't put on there, and it's like, no, man. People saw that. You can delete it, but it was on there.
Well, like you said, that you got to get me in the Muscatine. Fucking after this podcast, I wanted Muscatine.
Dude, I don't know. I think you have to. I think your hometown has to say Muscatine.
I'll fucking change it out. I don't care,
dude. There's people on there that don't give a fuck. Like, was I telling you about the dumpster story?
Maybe. Give it to me.
Well, anyways, I'll make
ringing a bell. Go ahead.
This lady had asked. I believe the company was Muscatine Metals. Asked for a dumpster. I don't know because this is where the gray area is that started this ruckus on there, but. She needed a dumpster. She talked to a secretary, said she was going to put so-and-so in it, but it's a metal-only dumpster. She put like half a house in this dumpster. Yeah. Well, that doesn't do them any good. So they took the dumpster back to her house and dumped everything in her driveway. and there was pictures of it, dude. And I was watching something on TV on YouTube on my Xbox, and I looked down and saw 617 comments
Oh
and went
my
right
god.
to bed and was like, yes. And it was amazing, dude. But oh, it's nuts because like you could Salzburg Topics was crazy, but now there's no like you got your name, your profile, your family, like, and it gets personal. Oh, it's great stuff.
Yeah, you don't come in as Randy Savage anymore. You come in as your personal self, and motherfuckers ain't got the balls to say it now. All that, and I remember the topics. There's a lot of shit talk on there, and a lot of fucking pussies who are hiding behind some screen names.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and it's pretty funny. I enjoyed the call outs. But okay, back to the dumpster real quick. Was this like a big time company, or was it was a small time company?
I mean, probably just like your basic junk company, but
Right.
I mean, Muscatine Meadows, it's probably a household name in the town. I don't.
Okay. So she probably got a dirt cheap price. I don't know.
But no, she had to put metal only in it.
Metal only, and then she just complete.
Yeah, dude, and they weren't having it.
Did you go through the comments at all?
Oh yeah, dude. The secretaries were on there. The man that owned the company was on there dropping F-bombs at her. I was like,
God.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, dude, it was like at work. I was like, you guys see that? And everyone was like, oh man, yeah, it was so funny. So and so was on there. Like, oh yeah, it's terrific.
I also have a lot of respect for like a company owner in a situation like that, where some like, I'm sorry, but that's very disrespectful from that woman. Like, they probably made it very clear that it's metal only.
Right, but no, there were people that a lot of people had her back for some reason. Like I didn't get too deep into it. I was just looking for F-bombs and like personal shit. But there was either a misunderstanding or some sort of miscommunication that occurred, and yeah, dude, it was awesome.
Well, I still don't mind an owner who stands up for what he believes in and will tell somebody to fuck off if he has to.
You got to.
Everybody nowadays feels like, because it's probably the PC culture that like I can yell all I want, nobody can argue back with me or tell me I'm fucking wrong, and somebody to just grow a sack and just pretty much be like, fuck you, you are wrong, get out of my place, like, see ya. I love that.
But yeah, it was good. It's good stuff on there. Really good stuff every day. Not to that extent, but it's terrific stuff.
Well, I'm coming in because I got to see some of this.
I'll recommend. It's one of those groups you got to join. There's 3 questions. You know, you ever join a group on Facebook and they ask you 3 questions. Yeah, it's one of those. So,
well, hopefully it gets better. You know, all this quarantine shit, everybody locked up, everybody fucking, losing their mind a little bit, stuck inside.
Well, yeah. I mean, speaking of quarantine and locked up, this is something I've wanted to talk about for a long time.
Oh, Al, I've been waiting on this, baby.
Man, it's tough. Like I said, I wanted to put this out there before I start talking about it. I'm not proud of any of this shit that I'm about to talk about. It was bad. I was dumb. But at the same point, I never changed. This shit I was still doing the same shit.
Right.
And that's sad. But I don't want people to get the wrong perspective of like, it was a joke, because no, dude, this shit cost me like $20,000. And yeah, dude, it was fucking.
So when did the whole situation start? Like
February 12th, 2017.
Okay, so we've been sitting on this thing for 3 years.
Yes, yeah. 2017 was the worst year of my life. I really pray to God I don't have one worse than that. But anyways, again, yeah. I mean, it all breaks down. I did got sentenced to 60 days in jail. I did 50 in county jail, work release. So it wasn't like, well, I'll get all into it. But anyways, so someone who worked with Mark opened up a bar in a town called Adeliso. Like I said, a Nori town to Salzburg kind of town. And man, and the sad part is, dude, I never drive because I'm always drinking.
Right.
And so the guy opened this bar. It was their wing night. And I don't know why, dude. I didn't start drinking that day until Mark got home. Usually, dude, I'm up at 9 or 10 o'clock drinking.
Right.
So Mark got home at like 3 or 4, and I was like, fuck it, dude. I just got my Cadillac. I mean, it was a nice day. It was a beautiful day in February. It was like 55 degrees. And so we go out to this bar, get wings. I'm drinking like 2 or 3 beers, whatever. So we're walking out, and I'll never forget, I was taking a picture of the post office to send to my mom because it was the smallest post office I'd ever seen in my life. And anyways, there was a bar across the street. I can't remember the fucking name of it. It said, fuck it, let's go in there. So we're in there, we're having a couple of beers or whatever. And then all of a sudden, I hear this train whistle go off. It's loud as fuck. I was like, the fuck? And then I see everyone's like, yeah, all right, people getting pumped. And I was like, what the hell's going on? And they're like, well, every time that train whistle goes off, it's like half off the shot of the day. It was called the train shot. So next thing I know, we're doing these half off shots. Train whistle goes off numerous times throughout the night.
So is this just random? Like you're just in there, and if the train whistle, you can buy it right then for half off.
Yeah, it was. It might have been free. I can't remember. So we're in there, dude. We're fucked up. I remember talking to these chicks. They loved the way we talked, and we just talk. And now I don't remember shit. And so next thing I know, I'm going like a 70 and a 45. I don't remember this. And I remember coming to and looking and seeing the cops' lights in my mirror. I'm like, oh, fuck. What I originally got pulled over for was failure to dim. But I was dim myself, so I wasn't dimming anything else. Now, I remember, dude, fucking pulled over, man. I knew I was fucked. I couldn't get my wallet out of my pants. I was done. Went, dude, took the fucking field test, failed it. Took me to jail, the holding cell, whatever. And so I'm like, oh my God. So I remember I woke up in jail, and they had my paperwork was beside me, and it said,
were you hungover?
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah. And I remember looking at my paperwork, and it said first offense. And I was like, no shit, because I had one in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So I was like, oh man, all right, that's not too bad. Whatever, we'll deal with this shit. So that's February. Got busted, whatever. So I'm going to forget a bunch of shit about this because I tried to block this year out of my life. But so everything's going all right. I'm still driving because you can keep appealing the loss of your license in Iowa. Like, hey, you're due to lose your license today. Bang, appeal it again. Give you your license for another 30 days until you extend all of them and you can't do it anymore. Then you got to lose your license.
Gotcha.
So Mark was leaving. I was moving. I should have just lost my license right then and there. But I kept extending it. And so I lost my license on June 30th. And I'm still drinking all the time. Drinking all the fucking time. So it's the 3rd of July. It's a fucking Saturday or a Sunday. I can't remember. And I decided to go out driving without my license because I lost it on the 30th. I'm on DUI probation. I'm on DOT probation. My lawyer said, don't even think about driving without your driver's license. It's the dumbest thing you could do. So I'm driving at like midnight on July 3rd, July 4th, and get pulled over going 32 and a 25. I'm like, dude, where's your license at? I don't got one. Get out of the car. I'm like, fuck me.
Now,
dude.
were you drinking at this point?
There was definitely some alcohol involved, but I refused to blow, which I didn't know. If you ever refuse to blow in the state of Iowa, it's an automatic 2-year loss of your license.
Yeah. So
I refused everything.
And he didn't, and that cop didn't even tell you that. Just said,
"Oh no, when you sign for your driver's license, it's in the terms and conditions."
Man, right? Fuck the small print. That motherfucker should be telling you, like, right. If you don't blow, like,
it doesn't matter, dude. They run my shit, see him on probation. Now, fuck this, driving without a license. I just violated probation, dude, which is the worst. Probation violations anywhere for anything is absolutely terrible. Maximum of 5 years in jail. I mean, they wouldn't ever give me that, but it was possible. Right. So I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm in big time trouble now. So so I got to stay the night in jail because I got to see a judge in the morning via webcam. So I wake up, it's the 4th of July. I see this judge webcam like, yeah, we're charging you with this, and definitely a violation of probation. I'm like, fuck. But I'm just like, dude, I don't even know what to do right now. I walk out of the jail. They release me on own recognition bond, which is you better come to all your court dates. They'll let you out for nothing. I walk outside right into the 4th of July parade. I was like, dude, what is my life? I swear to God, I can't make that up. So I know I didn't have work the next day. Everyone at work knew that I got busted. People texted me because they put your mugshot on that app. Like, what'd you do this time? Like, dude, I don't want.
And everybody out there is probably on that fucking app. Like,
oh, no doubt, no doubt. So I remember I walked. They didn't tow my car, thank God. But I was like, I'm not driving. Someone's driving my car home from there. I walked to the gas station. I made like the mile walk back to my apartment. I got 2 cherry Cokes and a pack of Benadryl and ate the whole thing. And just slept for a day or 2. And I was like, well, let's see what I'm going to do. So I called my attorney up who was representing me for the first situation. He's like, you're fucked. You are fucked. He's like, it's a violation of probation. I told you not to drive. So I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm fucked. And so that's what, 4th of July. So then I got a hearing on the beginning of August. I had a preliminary hearing. He's like, well, all I can do is try to get him to drop these charges. And I was like, yeah, right.
Good luck.
So we go to the courthouse. I don't even got to talk to nobody. And fucking, he comes out. And he's like, yeah, dude, they're not dropping it. They're charging you with a violation. They want to give you 1 year to 2 years. I'm like, dude, just devastated. Like, and so now this is when the drinking is just at an all-time high. Like, I don't want to be sober.
Right. I mean, you don't want to think about it. You don't.
No.
You can't drive. You can't go anywhere.
No.
Like,
no. But at the same point, I'm still having to do rehab classes for my fucking OWI. So, dude, I could do a whole episode on these rehab classes because dude, I've never ever got upset, like mad at people in my life until I went to these things. So I had to meet with a counselor once a week, and then I had group for 3 hours once a week. Well, at that group, dude, I'll try to make it short and sweet. Number one, all these people are low-income dirtballs. They are. I could say that. The people were pieces of shit that were in this group, and they're going there for free because they don't make enough money. I paid like $1,600 for this, just for this part of it. And I'm in there, dude, and all it is these dumb fucking kids between the ages of 18 and 25 that there were dudes in there for smoking K2 and robbing houses, and young girls in there for fucking meth and Xanax. And I'm listening to them talk, dude, and I cannot take it. And then you got moms in there that have lost their kids because DHS took them because they popped hot for meth. And they're complaining, saying, well, my brother-in-law called DHS because he doesn't like me. It's like, no, bitch, your kid popped hot for meth. That's why. And so I go into the meet my counselor. I was like, I'm done coming to group. I'm done, dude. I'm going to fucking snap in here. And he's like, well, that's contempt of court. And I said, I don't give a fuck. So I would go once a week, but I'd skip group. Skipped it for like 4 weeks, got a letter from the courthouse saying, yeah, dude, that's contempt of court. You miss one more. We're sending you to Oak Grove or Oak something up near Iowa City. It's a prison rehab. So like, yeah, dude. So I was like, yeah, I got to start going. So I went to that shit. So anyway, so that's the whole summer kind of. And so, or before summer too, because before this happened, I was still going there. And so I had the hearing in August. So now I got my violation of probation hearing in October. And if you ever violate probation, you're guilty until proved innocent because they gave you a chance. And so it's me, the DA, the judge, and my lawyer. And I got to go and be like, dude, don't give me 2 years. Don't give me a year, please. And so I go up there and talk. And I had some confidence going in there because I'm good at talking, number one. And number two, I dressed nice. I had a sweater vest on. Not a sweater vest, a zip up. Khaki shoes, whatever. And I'm watching these people walking out that have been in there before me. They got regular street clothes on. I'm like, these people not give a fuck or what? Like, so I go in there, dude, scared as fuck, and I'm talking. And I get done talking. He looks me dead in the eyes and goes, Mr. Summerson, you sound very contrite. And I was like, phew. He's like, I'm going to give you 50 days. And I'm like, fuck.
It's still a lot, but it ain't fucking 2 years.
Right.
I mean,
So
that's still got to be like a punch in. It's still got to be a punch in the gut, though. Like,
I was relieved.
You were like that was.
I got work because they let me go to work. So I was like, finally. He's like, that was the best thing that could have happened. So the judge is like, so when do you want to check yourself in? I said, it don't matter to me. He's like, well, we can just do the max. You can check yourself in the Monday after Thanksgiving. I was like, all right. So that's October.
So that was October 12th.
Yeah. And so from October 12th until the day after or the Monday after Thanksgiving, I'm fucking two-fisted, like not two-fisted day, but I'm drinking hard as fuck, dude. Like just knowing like, all right, dude, I got to go to jail, but I got work release. I'm all right. And just drank hard as fuck. I remember the Steelers beat the Packers on the Sunday night game before that Monday. And I was like, as long as the Steelers win, I can go to jail happy tomorrow. And I almost shit the bed at the end. So wake up in the morning, I pack my bag because they let you bring two change of clothes there for work. And I was like, well, fuck it, this is it. So I take the river trail, walk down the river, smoking cigarettes on the river trail. Ale summed it hard as fuck, went to the wrong place, walked in, like, who are you? I was like, I'm here checking myself into jail. They're like, yeah, wrong place. I had to go around back. Go around back, dude, get naked. Put me in a holding cell for like 4 hours. Finally let me out. Got a shower with this special shit. And then they throw me into jail. But it was work release, so it was basically bunk beds in one big ass room with a bathroom to it. There was no cells.
Okay.
Right.
So you had a big general room, like probably bunk beds along the outside.
Yeah.
Your fucking table, TV and shit like that.
Right. TV, which we'll get into that too. But so I'm in there. I was like, fuck, all right, this is it. It's not bad. Not where I want to be. And realize nobody knows about this other than Mark. Not one person, dude. Mark's the only person that knows.
Well, I'll get this out of the way now because we were talking heavy back then, and there would be spurts, and I could see it. Like, and at one point I looked, I said, something fucking weird's going on. I said, Al, A hasn't been on Xbox, which was a big fucking time.
Right, that was number one, because I could have my phone at work. So I could like kind of half-ass it.
Yeah, but and that's the thing. Like I'd talk to you for a while, and then it'd be certain times I'd get fucking texts back, and I'm like, "Jeez, fucking something weird going on."
Yeah.
But go ahead. So Mark was the only one you knew that knew when you were going in.
Right, dude. Right, and so I don't know if anyone's seen my face lately. I have a terrible scar where that piece of metal hit me. Not a lot of people know about the scar on my neck.
I do remember this story. I did hear this one before.
Oh my God. And it's gotten way worse since I've lost weight, and there's scar tissue. But anyways, this is how this happened. So they know I work at GPC. We have a clean shaven policy. It's so fucking gay because it says for the respirator, you can grow a mustache, but you can't have anything else. It's so fucking gay. And so they knew. So the guy's like, you need a razor. It's like noon. I got to go to work at 6. So, yeah, it gives me this jank-ass razor, dude. And so I take it. And when I pull the guard off, I must have cut the blade or something and put a ridge in it.
Okay.
Dude, the first fucking cut, the first swipe with that razor, I cut my neck, dude. And I can feel the blood coming. And I look, and it's huge. And I'm dripping blood.
Yeah.
It's bad. And there's only one guy in there. I won't say his name, just I don't know if you're allowed to do that. But anyways, this dude was like 70. He was in there because he had lived at his house his whole life, and then these new neighbors came in. Well, anyways, they had gotten into it. There was a PFA involved. So they weren't allowed to talk, whatever. So one day that guy, the old man who was in jail with me, sitting on his porch, his neighbor drives by, gives him the finger. Well, this is true, swear to God. Sets him the fuck off. He takes a BB gun over to his house, banging on the door. Pulls the gun up when they come to the door. They don't know that's a BB gun, dude. The SWAT team got involved. That guy got some serious fucking shit for that. But they called him.
He didn't get shot for that.
Yeah, well, they called him Red Ryder in jail, and I used to fucking lose my mind. Well, they called, every time he'd say something stupid because he was old and just would not shut the fuck up. And they just, shut up, Red Ryder. And I'd fucking, man, that's just in tears laughing. So he's the only person in there. He sees me and looks at me like eyes open in disbelief. And he goes running to hit the emergency button, and you ain't ever supposed to hit that thing unless it's chaos. I was like, don't hit it, dude, don't. He goes running and hits it. I'm like, fuck, dude. These COs come rushing in, dude, grab me. I'm fucked. Like, what the fuck? What are you trying to do? I was like, I don't know. And I probably could have got 20 stitches. And all I'm thinking about, now I got to go to the hospital in shackles in an orange jumpsuit. Because they got to take me to the hospital, I thought.
Right.
No, they take me down to the nurse and put some butterfly fucking bandages on it. Shit's sticking up like a ½ inch off of my skin. Scar tissue. So, yeah. But the worst part is they give you a razor blade in jail. You have to give that thing back exactly the way you got it, or it's 30 days in the hole. Quick shout out to Humble Pie. because they don't know what you're doing. So
Right.
they bring me back into the jail, into the cell. I can't find the guard. I'm on my hands and knees in the bathroom trying to find this guard where two people are up my ass. Like, you better find it. I finally fucking find it, dude. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Got to go to work that night.
Now hold on, because this is like, I don't know. Apologies if I blanked out when you said it, but this is like one of the first days, if not the first
day.
First day in jail. This is
yeah, first day. Rookie mistake, I suppose. So I go to work that night. Everyone's like, dude, what the fuck? You getting a fight? I was like, no, dude, I fucking cut myself shaving. And like, I don't think anyone believed me because it was that bad. And so, oh man, that was that. And then, dude, so it wasn't bad. I'll be honest with you, dude. I was in there with a lot of good people that they were also in there for work release, which is low. I can't think of the word. Like, everyone was in there for driving without their license, pretty much.
right. Not a bunch of dangerous people.
Right. Yeah. Low risk, and there were times, dude, that I was genuinely having fun in there playing cards for like ramen noodles and shit. I was laughing, dude, like just listening to stories and stuff like that. But I would get Mark to call me, or Mark couldn't call me. I always had to call him. So this is the first time I got in trouble in jail. I'd call him to get the lines, the NFL lines for the weekend.
Right.
So just something to look at, something to think about while I was in there. And then I would go online when I was at work and figure out what games were going to be on the local cable. So I've got like $200 on the 2-13 Bengals and 2-13 Bears. But I'm in jail, dude, so I don't give a fuck. Well, after like the 5th time, they listened to your phone calls.
Right.
And they almost wrote me up for that. They're like, you're not gambling, are you? I was like, no, I just want the lines. So, yeah, that shit sucked. But basically, if you just stay out of trouble and don't backtalk anybody, it's not that bad.
Not the worst time of your life. Well, I mean, probably one of the worst periods, but I mean, you can get along in there fairly decent.
Right. It wasn't bad. And but you know how I attract fucking people in public that just talk to me?
Oh, yeah.
Imagine being in jail with nowhere to go. And that old man, Red Ryder, would start talking to me, dude, about traveling out west. And I'm sitting there watching Family Feud. Like, dude, I could not take it anymore.
Leave me alone.
It sucked, man. And then, like, every day, the channels were a different channel at different times. So there was no fighting over the TV. So from like 6 to 10, it was this channel. From 10 to this, it was that channel. From whatever. But there'd be Monday Night Football on, and I was the only one tall enough to touch the TV, so I changed it to the football game. And then one time, dude, I had laid down because I had to work in the morning. They were still up watching the game, and that CO came in and said, "Who's the motherfucker?" Here we go. And nobody said nothing. He's like, "That's what I fucking thought." And they changed the channel again. I was like, holy shit. But,
yeah, some of those guys are probably power hungry.
They're glorified babysitters, dude, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do. Like, you can't get tough with them. You just got to swallow your pride and be like, this is how it is, man. I can't do anything. And it's not worth doing anything because you can't win.
Right. They have all the power, and they can treat you like shit and not give a fuck. And the problem is you do get those dickheads in there. I'm assuming that there probably shouldn't be any big problem if everybody agrees that they want to watch the fucking game.
Right, but that's not how it works, dude. Like, one time CBS had fights and it was supposed to be on CBS. I was like, yes, dude. Like, I don't know if it's Bellator that had it. And as soon as that first run started, CO came in and said, yeah, you can't watch fights in jail. And I was yeah. Fucking whack.
Man, that's weak.
Dude, I just remember I was in there from, the end of November until like the second week of January, and it was so fucking cold, man.
Yeah, dude, you went through Christmas in.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't really get emotional about it, but I wasn't gonna tell my mom and dad because it was the holidays. I just was not gonna tell them. They know now. But I remember I sat in there by myself Christmas because people were working or people had done their time, and I sat there by myself and watched the animated Grinch Christmas night all day. I was like, man. I gotta do something. I wasn't like upset. I was never scared and I was never really upset. I wore it. Like, I knew, okay, dude, you deserve this. You're lucky. Go in there and swallow it.
Yeah. Like I mean, it's about as good as it could be. You gotta fucking be glad you don't have to do more time and just man up and get it done with.
Like I said, I got to go to work, which was fine. And so I get out of jail, and the first thing I'm worried about is getting fucked up. All I want to do is drink, man. I remember Mark being like, yo, be careful, dude. Your tolerance isn't. Yeah. I said that last episode, and I was like, dude, I don't care. Like, no one can tell me shit. Like, if Mark can't get through to me and my mom can't get through to me, no one's going to get through to me. And so I started drinking hard as fuck. Again, because I was just embarrassed. I was ashamed, dude. I was like trying to get out of Iowa, but I couldn't because I was on probation. And so, oh man, for that whole year, dude, I just kept drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking. And then it just spiraled out of control to like, yeah, dude, this is bad. But, dude, another side story. So I get out of jail and I'm like, I got to go get groceries. So my dumbass drives. I'm driving down the road, Tick. I swear to God, my car shuts off at an intersection. Swear to God. I'm panicked. It's like 6:30 in the morning. I was working night shift. I'm like, oh, my God. Dude, if I would have got caught, I'd probably still be in jail. So anyways, dude, I go sprinting down to the gas station. Because I thought I was out of gas because my gas light was. So I fill it up. Nothing. It's something electrical. So I was like, get somebody to try to jump me. They don't. I'm right in a four-way, dude, to the right. Where the cars making the right have to avoid me. I was like, dude, the cops are coming. Like, and my registration's up. So I'm sitting there like, this is it, dude. This is it. Cops show up. I'm like, fuck. Never asked me for nothing. And one dude was staring at my license plate, and I knew he was looking at my registration sticker. I'm like, oh, my God, just don't say anything. Please don't run my plates. So this guy comes out of his house and was like, hey, you can put it in my driveway until you get towed. I was like, all right. So the cop was like, all right, get in. Drive us in there. The cops push my car into this guy's driveway, and they leave. And I was like, dude, man. I promise you, I will never, ever drive again. And I never did after that until I got my license back. And yeah, it was not. And the best part was I was so scared when I got back to my apartment after being towed. I never took my groceries out until like 4 months later. I was like, oh, dude, I bet those are still in there. Yeah.
Wait, you left them in? Yeah. I guess you didn't drive forever.
I was so scared. Dude, I got in my house. I put my phone down and sat there, and I stared at my computer screen to where I could
see the look on your face now, Al. Like, just kind of hunched over, just staring forward, like, holy fuck, like.
Yeah. I said, never again, dude. Don't ever think about doing it again.
Yeah, because that's, I guess it's wild because you don't think how close you were to. I mean, you had to be like fucking shaking when they.
When I seen I was like, I was scared, but I knew I had to keep it together and not like.
That was the only way you were getting out of it.
Yeah. And like, I just remember being like, don't look at my license plate. And then he's staring at my license plate. And I'm like, don't say anything to me. And yeah, dude, with them pushing my car to the driveway.
Man.
Oh my God.
That's got to be like the. I mean, I just won the fucking Super Bowl. Here I am in the fucking front seat driving this sucker. Those fuckers are pushing me, and ain't nobody gonna say anything about this.
It was bad. It was so bad. And then finally, like, let's see. So I lost my license for fucking years, dude. And it sucked. I had this Cadillac, I had the speakers in it. It'd be a nice day like today. And like, dude, I just want to drive around and bump. And I wouldn't do it, dude. I was too scared to do it. But like I said, at state of Iowa, you got to have that blower in your car.
Right.
So once I got my license back last June, I got my license back and had that thing put in my car, which was actually what started me to taper off from binge drinking, which tapering and binging doesn't really sound like the same thing, but that thing, if you blow over 0.025, you can't start your car. That's like just touching a beer can, dude.
Right.
So I would know, hey, if I'm going to do something tomorrow, or if I'm going to go to work tomorrow,
I can't drink
today.
Right.
Dude, there's times I'd stop drinking after the Steelers game at like 3:30 on a Sunday, wake up Monday and not be able to start my car because that's how fucked up I was.
And I know, like, that's the thing, especially the way you were drinking at the time. Like, if you drank, like, you almost needed a good 24 hours.
Dude, it maybe more than that.
Right.
And so that kind of started like last summer was when I really started like Well, yeah, after your wedding, I started disc golfing and moving and just doing like I didn't go outside for 2-3 years when this was going on because I was just in such a terrible place mentally. And I can live with that shit because everything bad that's happened to me has been my own doing.
Yeah.
Like, and I wasn't using drinking as a crutch or anything. I just didn't want to be sober, dude, because I didn't even want to think about how much trouble I was in.
And I
So,
mean, right. And I mean, you wouldn't be who you were if you didn't go through all of it, like where
for
you
sure.
are today. And I mean, you're doing great now. And honestly, without all of that, who knows where you're at, you know?
Oh, for sure. For sure, dude. Like, it was going to happen sooner or later because I didn't give a fuck. And it's just something, I mean, I'm not proud of it. And it put me in a financial hole bad that I probably just got out of recently, right before I bought my house, because I never even thought about buying a house because I was like, dude, they check out these fines and shit that I got, dude, on my credit cards. I finally got it all paid off. That's why when overtime work's available, I'm your guy, dude, because I gotta pay this shit off. It's all gone now because there's no way I'd have got a mortgage with that much fucking debt. But yeah, dude, it's good. It's just it was crazy. Like it was. I never thought I'd ever go to jail, but it was definitely an experience, man. It was, it was fucking, it was wild.
I remember hearing stories, talking to you occasionally. I would have said it was more so after you got out, I believe. And I mean, I know you went in because I was worried for a little bit you weren't going to make the wedding.
Oh yeah.
I knew there were some things going on, and I was like,
That
man,
definitely crossed my mind when I was getting in trouble. I was like, yeah, dude, fuck. But how do I tell Tick that I'm not gonna make it? That
I'm
whenever
glad,
talk about
I'm glad you didn't have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah, that'd have been a fucking that would have sucked.
Jesus. I gotta. So you never. Did you ever get in debt gambling while you were in there or anything? As far as like with the other inmates, like
No, because you're just playing for food.
right.
And yeah, it's not like you're in there with like I'm not trying to say like I did hard fucking time. Like all these dudes were just idiots like me that got caught driving without their licenses pretty much. And so yeah, no, it was fun. A lot of good stories, dude. Like I remember we were in there. My boy Schultz, you might see him post on my Facebook every now and then. That dude's funnier than fuck. But we were watching The Voice, and there was a dude from a small town in Iowa right around here. And I remember watching. He's like, "Yeah, dude, we used to sell that kid acid all the time. He's fucking crazy." And I remember just laughing, like, "Shit's hilarious, dude. It's fucking nuts."
Was did you have any experience with Chi-Chi's?
No, but they showed me how to cook ramen the right way. I
Right.
wasn't eating that garbage because I could get out. I could eat at work, and
Did you have to have a hookup? Like, hey man, bring me some shit tomorrow.
not really. I mean,
Okay.
oh no, they gave you a lunch. They gave you a lunch to go to work, bologna sandwiches and Fritos.
Oh fuck.
And I'd eat them because, dude, they had tuna noodle casserole, which I hate because I really don't like tuna.
No.
And I skipped it one time in jail. It was for dinner, and I'm telling you, I woke up at like 5 a.m. so hungry I almost ate my blanket.
They don't hardly feed you enough to
No,
to be able to skip a fucking meal.
We'd get Justin Buxton. Thank God, man. I owe that kid so much. He picked me up every single fucking day and drove me back every single fucking day. But we'd stop at the gas station, dude, and I would just gorge myself. And then when he'd take me back to jail, I get as much because I had 15 minutes to get back. And I would eat a whole thing of Benadryls, and I would eat like 3 slices of pizza and just sleep.
Hammer it, get back in, be like, yeah, I'm tired from work, going to bed.
Yeah, and I'd sleep for a day and a half, or just never leave my bed. And yeah, it was just fucking crazy, man.
Fuck. Hell, I mean, yeah, it's been 3 years. We talked about having this podcast for a while, but I mean, I guess the big thing was you had to break the news to, I guess, certain people before we could.
Oh yeah, it. I had to tell my mother. She was the same boat as you. She was like, I knew something was up. She was never mad. Yeah. She was like, whatever. Because I mean, I'm doing great now. Like, I've never felt this good in my life, and so I'm like open about things like that because you know, I'm pretty much open about everything other than that. Like open about my drinking, you know, recovering.
Right.
But yeah, telling my mom, but she had already kind of known. She knew I was doing bad down here because me and her had got into it about the drinking a bunch.
Right.
And yeah, she knew. She wasn't mad. She was like, well, you know, you could have told me. Like, and I was like, nah, it's fine. And, you know, she understood it. But like I said, I didn't want her to fucking learn of it on a fucking podcast. So she'd have been fucking pissed.
How Bobby take it?
He don't really know.
Okay.
My mom said he didn't need to know. And so he knew I got a DUI and shit, but I don't think he knew I was locked up.
Not the extent of it.
He's going to find out at some point. But yeah, what are you going to do, dude?
Hey, like you said, there's nothing good in burying it down, not trying not to think about it or not talking about it. If you weren't doing great now, sure, maybe. But like I mean, like you said, you're out, you're doing good, you're looking good. I mean,
dude, wait till the 6-pack come in, Tig.
It looks like it's coming.
It is. I got the first two. I've been running. Like, I'm addicted to running. Like, if I don't run in the morning, I'm miserable as fuck.
Yeah, and some people very, very big on that runner's high. And
it's true. It's way better than a whiskey high. That's why I was like thinking about, you know, because I'm gonna drink again. I've told numerous people that this isn't like I'm gonna drink again, but it's like, dude, was drinking really worth it the way I was for like what 2-3 hours of feeling some sort of, I don't know, euphoria from it? No, dude. I made an ass of myself, and I looked like shit. I was almost 300 fucking pounds, and I was going nowhere. And it's like just from tapering off of the binge drinking and to be like, dude, I don't even need this shit, nor do I like it, and I like myself 1,000 times better sober, and I'm not missing out on anything. Like, everything's fine, dude. So,
right.
but
I mean, you can still do the same things, go to the same places. Sometimes I like being the sober one can have its fucking like rough spots in a situation where you're like out with a bunch of drinkers. I mean, that'll get annoying real quick when everybody's fucking wasted and you're like, Jesus fuck, like I can't take you.
Yeah, I've had that a couple times, but like I said, my biggest pet peeve from anyone is when they find out I rap or they know that I rap and they want to rap to me, and I got to sit there and act like it's decent. And meanwhile, I want to put a Bic pen through my temple.
Right. And it's like, dude, you do this in your car for fun. I've been doing this since I was fucking.
Yeah. Like, I do this shit, dude. Like, come on. You know, it's just, it's embarrassing as fuck, but nah, it's cool, dude. Everything's good. Like, it's terrific.
I'm happy for you, Al. I'm proud of you, buddy. You do. I mean, I still drink occasionally, and honestly, I mean, like you said, there's not a whole lot to get from it. A lot of the times I feel like fucking shit the day after. I don't know. I've definitely at times slowed it. I think the coronavirus has ramped it up a little bit because there's only so much to do. But.
Which I'm very glad that I quit before this shit started, because I don't know what not like it made a difference because I was still working every time, but it would have gave me a mental blanket, a mental pillow, being like, dude, it's okay to drink because you're quarantined.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Every time, I mean, I would quit drinking all the time, but I was never physically addicted to drinking. It was always mental. Except, I don't know, dude, one time I was shaking so bad in the morning, so hungover, that I missed an extra point on Madden. I was like, God damn, dude, I gotta stop this shit.
If I'm missing extra points on Madden, I either need a beer or I need to stop this shit.
Yeah, and I went right to the liquor store. I remember it was 9:30 in the morning. But yeah, dude, it's just, I don't know.
No, it's a head thing. Al, I think me and you are very similar. Dude, if we're doing something, we're going at it, you know. Dang. And drinking's not necessarily the thing to go after.
No, but it was something I liked and I excelled at. So,
I mean, and sports betting ain't much around anymore.
I know, but
some UFC last night, but
dude, I honestly don't care for I don't follow it enough, and I don't even have the desire enough to follow it to make educated bets. But I'm pretty much just looking to hit big when I bet on it.
Well, and that's the problem. You get those big odds lines, and then those aren't going to.
Last night, plus 550 to finisher, man, and just couldn't do it.
Man, Give me one punch on that bitch. I'll fucking finish her. Come on.
Oh, she annoyed me, the other chick, with that psh, psh, every time she threw a punch, dude. I was like, and even the commentators were saying, that's not good for her fakes because she's giving herself away before she even throws the punch.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know. And it's funny because you look at some of those lines, you're like, dude, she could finish her. And then that shit happens, and you're like, obviously they knew something I didn't. I like a nice hockey game where it's like spread out over 2.5 hours. You get some ups and downs. These fights are like 15 minutes, and you're like,
right.
It's either a winner, and then it's another one. It's a boom, 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 and then 5 in a row. You're down $100, and you're like, shit, dude. It's like, do I keep going or what?
Right. Yeah, and then anyone can win. It's a fight, and one punch can either time. So yeah, I don't care. I like making some sort of an educated guess with baseball or hockey or something like that.
Yeah, fuck. Well, if we get this little UFC pick'em rolling, I can get my fill that way, hopefully.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, baseball's on the fence right now. You got billionaires fighting with millionaires, and it's just Blake Snell, great pitcher for the Rays, says he's not going to play.
I saw him.
For half a salary. So
and can I say, do you blame the guy if they're saying? I mean, if it's as bad as some people are saying, he's like, I'm taking a huge fucking pay cut, and the risk is higher than it's ever been.
Yeah.
How does that fucking work? Like,
I don't know. I can't put myself in the shoes, but like the Bundesliga starting Saturday.
I saw that Saturday 9:30.
That's a top-heavy league. EPL is supposed to come back, but they got whack restrictions. Like they don't want guys going face-to-face on challenges. It's like, no, dude, you cannot have something as pure as sports come back and it be,
like, guys, don't look at each other. Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm making the athletic move here. I'm doing what's going to give me the fucking ball. I don't care if I look at the guy. I don't care if I'm in his face. Fuck it.
We'll see, what comes of, these European sports coming back.
Hopefully this is a good start to it. Hopefully it starts rolling.
Dude, I mean, I don't know the financial aspects, but just can everything until football comes back. That's pretty much where I'm at with it, dude. I don't want to half-ass, hockey 2014 playoff or tournament or whatever.
Right, and they keep dangling this fucking carrot a little bit. With a lot of these the NHL here and there, like, they're coming back. Oh no, they're not. Oh, they're coming. Like, dude, just fucking cancel it now. Just say it's not coming. Just cancel it, and let's look on forward to something that can actually happen.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. But you get into the financial ramifications of it, and
very true.
It's just a mess. So fuck it. I don't know.
You know what? Fuck them. Let them take. Honestly, let some of those big companies take a hit. Fuck them.
Yeah. I mean,
there's too much money floating around on that shit anyway.
I know. Yeah, I know. They have more money than they know what to do with.
Exactly.
But
all right, kid. Well, fuck, hour already. I guess I guess I'm gonna venture off from the quarantine and jail talk into the old tick pick here. We'll get some music rolling.
Oh, dude, I've been discovering so much great music the last couple of weeks. Like that Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros album.
I've been seeing you post a lot of that.
Oh, man, I've been on that hard, dude. And, yeah, it's great. Just find, I'll go on spurts where I got a playlist like 600 songs that I've just ran into the ground.
Yes. Agree. Spotify?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I've just been on that. I've been on a huge 60s R&B Motown bender that I hope never ends.
I hear that.
Yeah, it's just
nothing
so
better than when it's sunny out and it's like 70. I want to put the windows down. I want to crank some music, and there's like two things that go on. I'll either put on like a live Grateful Dead album and just all the jams and everything, or I'll go to like that Shop and Save playlist, something along those lines with all those fucking oldie bangers.
That Shop and Save playlist makes me smile every time. They just got like 13 followers on there.
That's good.
But someone had got into it and put like 30 songs on it that it was a random username. Oh man, me and Mark were devastated. I went through,
and it was like a whole album, wasn't it? And I was like,
no, dude, it was like these random rap songs. And I brought the dude's profile up, and it was some dude from I forget
where just man, what the fuck is going on here? I don't know if it was some kind of spam shit or what, but yeah, we had to fucking put the fucking foot down on that and got it back to the proper heat that's needed.
Yes. Yeah. Make sure I'll have to comb through and make sure there ain't fucking no weeds sprouting up occasionally.
Dude, fuck that. I don't know if it's like a spam thing or what, but never again.
Yeah. No, that was those are my go-tos. I guess, yeah, I mean, it's not going to tie in exactly, but it'll tie in a little bit. These guys, so this week's tick pick, I sat on this one. This one was supposed to be the last one, and it still works though because I've still been fucking hammering this thing hard. It came out early this year, either January or February this year. Marcus King, I don't know if you know him, but
sounds like a point guard for the Knicks or
yeah. He's a very good guitar player.
Okay.
He's from North Carolina. He's a young guy, I think he's 24 right now or something. I've heard his story. His story is something like fucking hated high school or something, wasn't enjoying it. And I guess he was like, I used to go out to like my senior year, I'd just go out to the fucking local bars and jam. That's what I did all the time. And he's like, I used to, I'd show up to school, be all fucking tired. And he wasn't drinking, but he was out playing. And he's like, everybody just thought I was a big stoner, always fucked up. He's like, I was just out doing what I wanted to do. And then took some schooling, and now he's fucking, he's had the Marcus King band has been around for a while. This is his first actual solo album. So he did this one with a guy from the Black Keys, one of the guys from the Black Keys was the producer. Did it in Nashville. He got a bunch of old school musicians, guys that have been around for, decades. Dang you, boy. Racing.
Yeah.
Racing.
That's with the windows down too. You put the windows up, it sounds like motherfucking Challenger Raceway here.
But yeah, he plays it's a very bluesy, it's got a little psychedelic feel to it at times. Soul. This guy, if you listen, the first time I put this album on, you could hear a little bit of a black 60s soul singer in him. And he's just this chubby white kid from North Carolina.
Nice.
But you can hear it the way he sings. Some of the songs have that old school soul R&B feel to them. The album, let me see. What a fucking, I haven't done this for a while. I'd like a jerk off didn't have it up. A lot of really good tracks. The Well's this big, it's almost like an anthem rock kind of fuck. It'd be in EA NHL or something. You know what I mean? There's a lot of slower shit, Wildflowers and Wine, good stuff. Beautiful Strangers, a really good song, but it's a good compilation of it's really good guitar playing, great music. And again, these guys, they're session players from Nashville, so they've played on a lot of records. They work well together. They find these cool little grooves to go into. Good songs, good lyrical material. And then, this guy has a phenomenal voice. Like I said, the first time I listened to it, very, kind of hit me in that, 60s soul. Yeah, all those, R&B singers back in the day, man. So that's kind of why it struck such a strong chord with me, I guess, in the beginning, just because it had that feel. And I've listened to it nonstop since.
Dude.
It's been on the rotation ever since January, and highly recommended. Check him out. A lot of great YouTube videos of him. Me and the kid, that's all we do all day. Sit on YouTube. I like watching the live performances. A lot of studio performances. You get to see him play. Van loves it. He checks him out. He's mesmerized.
That's
Yeah.
dude. Anyone that can make music. I just posted a song today called what the hell is the name of it? I said it's the best song that I've heard all year. It's called Hell and Back by Bakers from England. But anyone that can make a song this day and age sound like it's from the '60s, dude, I'm running it into the ground. And yeah, exactly what you're saying, dude.
And something that's not overdone or overplayed. Like there were a lot of pop fucking. A lot of that stuff came out of the '60s. You can kind of like a lot of things that came out and just sounded like something like they took something and just kind of manipulated a little bit. It feels new, it feels fresh, but it still has that old feel to it, which is great.
Right. That's the best, dude.
So Marcus King, El Dorado. I don't know if I even said the fucking name of the album.
Well, you got it now, brother.
I'm slacking a little bit, but Marcus King, El Dorado. Highly recommended. Check it out. That's Tick's pick of the week.
All right, I'm gonna get into that because that's right up my alley. Anything like that.
Yeah.
But hopefully, let's see next week or next episode, whenever, get the cameras rolling.
Yeah, we're gonna get. You got your webcam going. We've tested it a time or two. We're just trying to figure out, I guess, the best platform and way to go about it without.
Yeah, too much lag and
and
shit.
Yep. Pauses, breakups. I mean, fuck it. We're just gonna have to wing it one of these days to see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, fuck it. If you don't like it, they can turn it off.
Right. Anything else this week, Al?
What is today? Now I gotta work Friday and Saturday, so my brain's kind of shut off. But nah, dude, fucking sick of the fights. I'll tell you that. I'm not watching anymore. I'd rather watch boxing than UFC. I've had it. I don't like those announcer guys. I just don't care for it. But
yeah, I don't know. I've always dug it. I've dug it enough to keep into it. It's just, it's become I miss the old days when there was like, I don't know, 50 fighters, 100 fighters, whatever. Now there's 1,000 fighters, and I don't even know half the people anymore. And it's just become so much work. Like I miss when every other fucking pay-per-view was Chuck Liddell. Like,
right. That's what I was talking to a guy at work, and he was like, you know what? I'll start watching it again when they get rid of weight classes like they used to.
Yeah. I was on ESPN Plus the other day, and they had some of the early ones. Man, hair pulling, fucking
eye gouging, dude.
Yeah, nut shots.
Yeah,
I remember that. Ugh. That shit was crazy. They were wild. These were the Wild West days, I guess.
Yeah, they need to bring that back, but I'm sure legally that's completely done with.
Oh, guaranteed. Well, maybe when they bring Fight Island, Al, you never know. They might be able to make depending on where that's at, they might be able to do whatever the fuck they want.
Unless it's set up just like Mortal Kombat and there's only one survivor. I hope
that's the case.
In
fact, that'd be a lot better. You put death on the line.
Oh, that's pay-per-views for real.
I'm up in my wagering heavy.
Have you seen dude, Tyson might be coming back.
Man, he's flirting with a comeback, and dude, he still looks like a beast.
Yeah, but someone come out today and said, please don't let him fight again. Probably, I mean, I remember me and Buxton got the Tito Ortiz Chuck Liddell fight like last summer. When I was like, dude, this shit's garbage.
That was
someone's
hard to watch.
Gonna die.
Yeah.
But
and they talk about doing it again after it's over. I'm like, buddy, nobody's gonna watch that again. That was shameful almost.
Money talks.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Some of these guys don't properly plan for the future when they make all that big money early on. And, you know, sure, it's nice to have a fancy house and shit, but at some point that well's going to dry up and you're not fighting anymore. So what do you do? And you do shit like that, try and fight when you're 50 and,
man,
you know, shorten your lifespan by 10 years.
Right.
Okay. All right, Big Al. Well, that was a solid one.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. Might not have been the easiest, but there's some solid gold in there, buddy. Great story.
Oh yeah. Life's a bitch, but her pussy's a wet tick.
Oh,
that's it. That's all you can do.
A wet pussy, Al.
Absolutely.
Well, hopefully this Corona fucking slows down, and hopefully your work slows down, and we can start pumping these out a little bit more often.
Yeah, should be. I think the guys are out of quarantine, and we can definitely start taking this shit to the next level.
You've been damn near every day of the week, unless it's a last minute, like, they're letting me off today.
Yeah, but that money hits different when it's time and a half.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and you're not really breaking balls.
Let's see what we're mid-May here, so hopefully we can hit another one by the end of May.
I guarantee it. Because after I do this, I want to do like 10 more when I get done doing it.
Yep. All right, brother. It was fun. Until next time.
All right, brother.